Vrees betray her fellow agents like that? A rhetorical question. I already know. Just making conversation.
I speak for all subjects when I say thank you for your service. It must be such a burden.
Not at all. I have help from the Sentinels, of course. All subjects rest easy, knowing these agents walk hidden among us, forever vigilant for despoilers of our perfect life. I have bestowed them with the authority to serve and protect all faithful subjects. Only wrongdoers. Thus my Sentinels free me to fulfill my own purpose.
A purpose we've kept you from overlong. Thank you for inspiring us, Consul. Before you go, might I ask you to sing
Requested
a bit of
assistance
Gloria
currently
Arcadia
unavailable.
in your wonderful baritone?
No. I know full well what would happen if I broke it. Into song. I will only be torturing sovereign subjects.
Oh, and there he goes. The Consul has just walked out of the studio. But fret not, neighbors. You will hear his inspiring voice on these airwaves again. Now you know all you need to know. So on we go. More music to aid in your earnest rumination of portentous societal responsibilities.
Every day I am giving all myself in his name. I know this to be true. He cares for you. Sovereign deserves all your love. Every day he's uplifting, keeping us safe and carefree. I know this is the case. Give him your grace. The Sovereign deserves all your love. Love him because he loves you. Love him the least you must do. I want for nothing, come what may. I stoke my devotion, have not gone astray. I'm a good neighbor, I do all I can. That is my great sovereign's loving plan. That's why I love my sovereign. That's why I love my sovereign. That's why we love our sovereign. My heart belongs to the sovereign, and the first sovereign before him. With Rome in my heart for the matriarch, whose bloodline bestowed their perfection. I trust, I breathe for my neighbors. I aim, I watch in his name. I know I am right. He's our shining light. The sovereign deserves all your love. Love him and he will love you. Love him, that's all we must do.
Somebody help us! Anybody! Please!
I want for nothing, come what may. I stoke my devotion.
Finally! Some help! We desperately need aid. Desperately! My family and I, we was making our way to the Mercy camp for us refugees. We were set up, had to leave from just past this tunnel, so please help us. Ain't nothing I can do for them, but you got weapon and medicines and can get us to the camp. Thank you.
Wholesome
Architect's
played
ball!
at a reasonable
Supposed to shoot the
volume.
enemy!
You're listening to Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Attention, all subjects. The paradigm acknowledges the importance of joyous celebration of victory over base disruption, allowing for radical realignment of the system. So join your neighbors now in wanton merriment to commemorate the staggering
That wasn't intentional. We're sorry, no target.
Long ago, the matriarch devised the paradigm plan to support a bounteous life for all Protectorate subjects. From the tender fillet in your latest meal, down to this exquisite next song.
Quarry, never standing proud, never a sedimentary crowd. Falling fast, feel to last, perfectly fitting the paradigm's cast.
Exponential increase in local population detected, and max occupancy exceeded. Non-essential persons should vacate for safety purposes.
Another refugee? All right, step forward. Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's Mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations. I seem to recollect one matching your description set for arrival. Pardon my slowing your ingress. It has been rather welcomed. Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone. Our seer has predicted non-specific imminent danger. Can't say I didn't warn you. You need anything, talk to Seer Wiley. He's in the lift building, straight through the settlement.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. The invaders?
Oh, try not to get too close. My sinuses are stuffed up, my ears are backed up, and my guts are gurgling. I could burst at any moment. Every fluid from every orifice. So keep your distance. Oh, you want me to keep sickness to myself? Is that it? Well, I refused. I've gotten sick at least a dozen times. Why, last week alone, I caught hack lung, sprat tongue, skinny teeth, and a rare case of mortified skull emergence. Figured I might as well get used to being sick. So I'm practicing for my next disease. It's gonna be a nasty one. I think it's downright awful what's happened to these fine sickness, malnutrition, spontaneous genetic disorders. It never ends. You too.
How long are we meant to stay here?
Ask the Order. I'm not in the prediction business.
Broke my nose. I banged him up real good for you, didn't I? I won you one, right? Matters settled.
The void you did. Barely connected.
You're thinking of 2-3 scraps ago. You've been mostly unconscious a while now. You ought to talk to Boss Tilda. She's the brains in this... What does she call it? Oh, yeah. Quasi-illicit shenanigan.
Doesn't like to look at us when we're all banged up. Said my face turned her off Borscht loaf.
Anyhow, head down the hill along the fence. Tell her...
This location is inhabited with individuals classified as unscrupulous.
Greetings. What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging, or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate, or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Hmm? Pray elucidate the exact nature of your tiff of contention. Oh, a semi-informed customer. Well, we offer a wide array of proxy altercations, from restrained bludgeoning to flat-out scraps. Here, in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sleeping on top of them. Sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy. Half the time, people shy away at the first sight of blood. The other, that's what they're there for. We say, whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, hurrah! This guy gets back his mangy button. Now, how can I help you, exactly? Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh?
Look, your nose was just a stand-in for Guardian's nose.
Don't feel like no. Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
We're not going anywhere. Not on the basis of some
Except for the fact that you ain't yelling and trying to eat me. I'd have pegged you as some sort of prosperous scrapper by the rough look you got about you. You do got a certain feral look in your eye, though. Okay. I give up. Tell me. May Huffstutler, formerly Auntie's Choice, Department of Invasive Marketing. Now, the voice of the displaced. That's what those in the Order call me, leastways. An unofficial sobriquet, likely meant as a petulant slight. On account I object. Louder. More often than the rest. Those of us ended up here have very little except needs. I turn those into demands for reasons of clarity and import. Though, admittedly, it's a difficult way to make friends. The Order's not exactly fond of me. Rabble-rousing doesn't align with their vision of a perfect universe. Happy as I am to make your acquaintance, I'm busy staking our claim over the exclusion zone, so if you'll excuse me. The exclusion zone. The Order has decided to keep us out thanks to some nebulous prediction of disaster. Screw their predictions. We have people, displaced by war and disaster, in sore need of space. There's plenty of room to house them. Chance of life-threatening peril from a yet-to-be-determined catastrophe were the administrant's words. Not what I would call specific. I honestly don't give the slightest whit about the Order's idea of math or whatever calculation tells them that a catastrophe may or may not occur. I couldn't get anywhere with Administrant Agarwal, but you, maybe you'll have better luck. Even the Order, for all of their logical ways, value an outside perspective. And because I've run out of options. Thanks, stranger. You can find Agarwal in the lift building. Probably formed.
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side. I predict that the worst is behind.
Hold still
By
and
the
accept
law.
treatment.
Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help. I can tend to your injuries, provided you have the bits to compensate me for my time. You see, the Seers are members of the Order who labor over the universal equation. Even in its unfinished state, the equation gives them the means to predict the future. Recently, I had a rare opportunity to ask the Seer for guidance. He told me that I feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are, a dashing outsider standing before me. Strictly speaking, it isn't. Not yet. But the math is very, very, very good at predicting what is probably most likely extremely possible. In theory. Within a margin of error. Anyway, that is the Seer's business. My business is the health and welfare of this camp. Where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's Mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the Seer predicted an outsider would find them. My thanks, stranger. Probability is on our side. The Seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it. Now, take the datapad, with my thanks. Thanks to you, our automechanical doctor has been dispensing Take this. On behalf of the Order and the displaced. Now, will there be anything else? How can I be of service? As a doctor, I'm appalled. We don't have enough beds or private quarters to separate people, so... Of course, the Order keeps us well supplied with meds, but yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent it entirely. Since you asked, you can run this medicine to Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of coughing into his palm when he covers it at all.
Every scientist yearns to...
How long are we meant to stay here?
I'll try not to sneeze on you, but no... Law, finally. Real relief for my fake symptoms. Let's see it then. Now that you mention it, you do... Here, buy your own medicine. This one's mine. You have my gratitude, stranger.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of a... Oh, don't tell me. You're here on behalf of the voice of the displaced, aren't you? Oh, May, is it? This is about the exclusion zone, correct? Excuse me, but the intricate dance of the cosmos is anything... You see, the Seer predicted that a calamity would befall the exclusion zone. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway, laughing in the face of certain peril. Surely. But the Abbot asked me to be personally responsible for their continued The Seer has augured death for anyone who enters the exclusion zone. Yes, furthermore, and I quote, An outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clear. And now the voice has involved you. How auspicious. Perhaps you are the outside mediator who was foretold. I have some custom-made order armor I never use. I can also allocate some funds from my... That's more than the voice can offer. So, do we have a deal? I believe only in the cold, inconvenient mathematics. The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. The displaced want the exclusion zone. We want it kept off limits. With your seasoned perspective, any questions before you get started? These are the data points we need. Keep it. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them. Form...
You're right. The universe does not orient itself toward fairness. But it's my firm belief humanity can do better.
All evidence to the contrary.
Choices. Experience has ever witnessed. In the PvP life cycle.
Lovely day for differential geometry.
Ah, you must be the, Earth Directorate agent I was told to expect. I was not informed you'd be arriving with...
You are just dying to call me a cultist, aren't you?
Yes, I'm sure. Allow me to welcome you to Golden Ridge. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability? Sensible. Straight to business, then. The presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, pursuant to our normal standards of compartmentalization, that said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, what brings you to Golden Ridge?
Victor Clemens, some kind of radical.
I must agree with my seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged datapad.
Well, he certainly cried when I was discussing things with him. Okay, fine, I may have tortured him.
When you... what? And torturing him? Was that obligatory as disgusting?
This news is disturbing, to be sure. Like many of our most... I hesitate to ask, given your established methods, but now that you've foiled Victor's machinations, I require your assistance in... no doubt you heard of the recent attack launched on that Auntie's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity. It came from one of our facilities, the Zeranium Manufactory. But that facility is intended for research. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest traitors in our midst.
Respectfully, Scholar. After what they did to Victor, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Thank you for proving my thesis statement.
I don't dispute the need for discretion, my friend. But the presiding bishop made the determination to send the agent to us. It's best we trust her calculations. Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence. But if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf, such a gesture might preserve the peace.
And here I was under the impression that investigating...
That is correct, citizen. From one galaxy to the next.
At any rate, I trust whatever's uncovered over the course of this investigation will serve as compensation. Most assuredly not. It would eliminate the entire point of the ceasefire. Please convey that. I knew I could rely upon you. Ruth wouldn't have... Here, take this writ of investigative inquiry. Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into these traitors you've mentioned erstwhile. We can compare notes once you've returned. Illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty. Whatever I can tell you, I will.
A calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation. Particularly in the field of predictive and... Yes.
Seer Wiley is being too modest about his contributions. Many in the Order rely on Seers for their indispensable counsel. I myself would be lost without mine.
But if you treat said lackeys with disrespect, like calling them lackeys, for instance...
No, it's not like that at all. Our bond is an equitable partnership built upon a foundation. In fact, what would you put our combined efficacy rate at?
I won't trouble our good agent here with the exact...
I dread the day your immeasurable talent finally propels you into the upper echelons. Truly, Landon, the Order doesn't realize what it has in you. That is a statue of the Matriarch. Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-Order members at the moment, given recent troubles.
Oh, certainly. According to...
Haha, good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit. The observatory is a true...
I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an... I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events... Well, then. I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct? Matriarch's mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. But we of the Order rise to every challenge and continually strive to better our guests' existence. Why, I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area. I share the very same surprise. Engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them greatly. One of our recent guests, Rolo Nast, has received multiple personalized order predictions. I believe he could speak to the effectiveness of our ways firsthand. If my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince you, and perhaps other members of the Displaced as well. We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible, and advanced calculations using well-honed models to effectuate it. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. We'd need to solve the universal equation to do that. Fortunately, we're all working very hard on that problem. The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our followers' paths. The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can, of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive. But I am not to speak of that with unforeseen factors, random elements, anomalous outliers, incalculable variables. All of them can undercut the accuracy. But as we close in on solving the universal equation, unknown unknowns will become known unknowns. Then finally, known knowns. True, my situation does lack a certain regrettably, this is Matriarch's mercy. We all, well...
What happened to this place?
I could use a break from fighting injustice. Vexing. We're at the mercy of the Order, and not to insult our gracious hosts, but these people don't wipe themselves.
Please, don't distract me from my more pressing distractions. Where do we go now? Where do we go now? Another refugee camp?
Ruth
Another
Bassar.
colony?
Apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-order lay. Lately, the abbot has tasked me with the education of the refugee. You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't need an abacus to predict your path lies elsewhere. Well, if it's in the Displaced's best interests, I imagine I can find a moment. Yes, I reckon I do have my ear to the grimy dirt floor of Matriarch's mercy. I hear what common lay... Suppose I, more than any other member of the Order here, connect with non-scienticians. I've begun daily lectures, including... I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail. Oh, dear. I got ahead of myself, didn't I? As I'm sure you've read in recent dissertations doing the rounds, education has proven to have a 13-point... I am single-handedly making a difference here, with constructive pointers on efficient scheduling, lessons on order history, plus some mathematics for a little added razzle-dazzle. Perhaps some other time we can debate the theoretical complexities and...
Shame what happened there. Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. I swear, refugee settlements aren't what they used to be. Oh yeah, Duarte. He's former aunties like me. He was underneath for a few hours. Or, no, that was before. This time it was... Happens a lot. People here need more room to breathe. Can't build in the walkway, don't have proper building material or nothing. They just make do. After a while, the stacked-up little huts they jury-rigged come tumbling. Oh, you put that together, did you? Here, I thought I was being subtle. Yeah, people keep at it. Maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes. They're doing something. Which...
Fluctuations. The Order invites you to seek stability and shelter.
My soup is nutritionally calculated
Crowded.
to sustain all bodily
Just
functions.
too damn crowded.
I think I'll try not to sneeze on you.
Can't say I'm fond of these lodgings.
My noggin sure is sore. Ow.
Go on, get out of here. Scram.
Whatever you're selling, I am not in the black market. My noggin sure is sore.
Thus... And then we solve for the... apologies. Just catching up on a research assignment between queries. Yes? Did you need something? Typically, no. And it has been somewhat... The abbot felt a scientician operating in a to show how the Crabble patties are made, as it were. That is, if the meat preparation involved a 90-step rate formula and a I am also on hand to answer queries by providing data supporting our actions. Though perhaps due to my central location, 89... I am sure they bear any inconveniences with grace and dignity. According to data, life inside shows a notable uptick in key relevant. Life outside sees increased risk of starvation, inclement weather, and hostile xenofauna. Yes, indeed. We have diverted internal resources to better meet demand in key areas. And I'm pleased to say that's led to a statistically significant 2.7. But if my data remains unconvincing, I suggest you inquire with Provisioner Plotnik inside. Then back.
How do you do, stranger? Always nice to see a friendly face around Matriarch. Oh, it's a pity I can't lend more aid to our downtrodden collective. I'm just a humble taxidermist. You are talking to the first prize winner at the stuff, but something tells me you didn't come to talk shop. What's this about, Agent? Am I in trouble? What? And you think that... Listen, friend, a little skill with needle and thread does not make me a qualified medical professional. Clearly, you don't suffer from Have it your way, then. I know when I'm being voluntold. But you better make it worth my... Before I agree to anything, I need sprat corpses. Several. And no victims of violence, please. My art depends on the quality of the sleeve. The term is industry standard. And a taxiderm... I used to source all of my sprats from a local trapper. Word has it she's out north in Auntie's Choice territory. So, what? Fresh being the operative... Any luck with the sprat hunt? Word has it she's out north in...
I remember this place before the war. Functioning tramiculars.
Keep your behavior acceptable. Correct.
I can't recall the last time this region was
Welcome. Have you come to bask in the knowledge?
Oh. Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to in some... Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good. 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 I'm most focused on what's relevant to me these days. I used to listen to the wireless. First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rollo Nast, our seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one just after lunch. Wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple 152 meters straight down onto my head. Fortunately, I still had that brain case on. Sure, but I've had 9 POPs so far, and at least 3 times something similar happened. Avoided drowning in a culvert, sidestepped my mantisaur allergy. Things like that just illustrate the fragile nature of human My co-occupant Ike had a POP done and told him avoid liquids for 48 hours. He ignored it. Later got drunk, passed out, drowned face first in a puddle of water. You did catch the part I said they saved my life, right? I think alive is a notable... I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Anybody needs me, I'll be right here, patiently awaiting my latest personalized order prediction.
Scienticians around the settlement inform me you've made some inquiries. Good, good. Continue. Have you spoken to all representatives of the Order? All of the displaced? Well then, if you need me in the meantime, I'll be here, up to my ocular organs and requests. Good. Check in with me. As with probability, there is an art to mediation, and it requires a well-rounded... Besides, what I've, to put it gently, disorganized, which is but with effort, patience, and collaboration.
1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions. Well, if the Archivist said, as the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine. With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one can hardly blame them. That they are fed and remain healthy is sufficient for me. The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the... If I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the utmost appreciate. Yes. You may...
The duties of an administrator never end. Exemplary. Our scienticians reported they were most impressed with the displaced must deeply appreciate your careful consideration. Go speak with the voice of the displaced. I will meet you there short.
Oh. Administrator Agarwal. Here.
Yes, well, our esteemed outsider here has agreed to thoroughly appraise our situation, in the hope that we may finally...
They say you asked around. Listen to folks. That's a good start, at least.
The seer predicted imminent danger to the exclusion zone. In the interest of...
Well, the displaced are the ones taking that risk. On the grounds the predictions...
The displaced are under the Order's care, and the Order should decide what is best for them. Hence why we need the help. Mediator, I leave the fate of the exclusion zone in your capable... Speak on them.
Did he also happen to mention they were needlessly oblique and vague?
But our predictions are given to inform and protect. Forgive me. I do not mean to disrupt.
You mean that missionary type who's always talking at everybody instead of to them?
A bit rude, don't you think? But since this mediation was foretold, I will not dispute your findings.
You actually got the Provisioner to give you the time.
Ah, yes. I sometimes forget Provisioner Plotnik is also assigned to minding the displaced's needs. Her role is largely proactive, while mine is reactive.
If the Provisioner is booked up, I say redeploy another egg.
It's less of an issue of personnel as it is of safety. Contrary to your assumptions, we do care about your collective...
I'm all ears, Mediator.
The what now?
When grievances between the displaced approach fisticuffs, we hire Sub-Rosa hooligans to duke things out for us.
That is unquantifiably absurd. And I don't see how moving into the exclusion zone will help. The fault here is my own. I see now that the displaced require guidance steeped in logic. I understand you were crucial in securing additional medical personnel for Major...
Yeah, much appreciated. Anyhow, what was the good doctor's diagnosis? At Auntie's choice, we'd view this from a lens of how sickness...
That is indeed unfortunate. But the dangers predicted for the exclusion zone may outweigh collapsed. But we built Matriarch's Mercy to...
I'm guessing you're saying this wasn't an official structure. More of a hastily assembled, precariously built shanty. People are struggling to make do with what they have. If we had the exclusion zone...
I'm aghast these structures weren't built following established order construction guidelines. By my calculations, you've explored this topic from every conceivable angle. I suspect that your sympathies lie with the displaced. Unfortunate if true, but I leave the decision in your capable hands.
Finally understand what we're dealing with, huh? For every problem...
Regardless of your misgivings, I ask that you follow your reason. Are we to have a stalemate for the rest of our days?
You sure about this? I mean, talk about wasted effort on your part.
Well, if this is the fate that was augured, then I will not complain. Please.
Not to worry, Administrant. Here. You stay out of trouble.
Yes. Just hope we've done the right thing.
Thanks again, stranger. The Order won't scare us off that easily.
Just heard back. The higher-ups finally decided to just bury the news that
I've been known to hold a grudge, you know. You better sleep with both eyes open.
We going to kill Hierarch Ziegler soon? My knife hand's getting itchy. Maybe I'll start with his gallbladder?
Injuries detected. How may this unit assist you?
There's anything worse than my former fellow Protectorate subjects? It's corporate toad. All right.
Greetings again. Hope that libations or information. What's your poison?
The encampment had been razed. I'm sorry to say there were no survivors. But I believe we were able to uncover what I should add, your observations during the investigation were unexpectedly keen.
I'm surprised. Didn't know if you had it in you, especially with an arbiter in tow. But you got what was... I'd be happy to direct you to the broker. First, there's a malfunctioning lamp in the basement I need someone to take a look at. Here's a keycard to get you down there. You mind? Just trust me and go give it a look.
Anyone had asked me, I had to put the odds of a live arbiter finding his way into my chambers at 1 in a few trillion. Good that you didn't come here for blood, Arbiter Rao. Barney would have sniffed it out and broken you in twain. And I do disdain mopping up Protectorate corpses. My apologies. Barney is sometimes overzealous.
If you know who I am, you must know why I'm here. My mentor died under...
Interesting. That question appears to be at odds with High Command's public statement on the matter.
No. But I cannot shake the sensation that some...
I could get used to this. Your instincts are right, Arbiter. Though we don't know the specifics. I received information that your mentor's body bore signs of a fight, and a nasty one. Someone killed her.
I shall in time, when fewer...
If that's all, I think you'd best get along. I prefer not to sully my court.
And I prefer to limit my time with scheming blackguards. Let us take our leave from present. Speak to me outside if you will.
Run along now. I've spent more than enough time entertaining.
Yeah, how about this? I recruited a Protectorate subject direct leg from Bastion, middle of a Protectorate holding.
Think I'll congratulate you for risking your hide to recruit one subject? Forgive me for withholding my applause.
You're jealous of my charms.
Yeah,
Hey, you're okay in
real
my book.
jealous. So are the half-dozen AC-ad execs I recruited last week. We're all just vomitous with envy.
Thanks for the help.
Greetings again. Libations or information. What's your poison?
The role of the Arbiter typically does not require the assistance of others, but I fully realize that had I not your aid today, during our investigation, I gauged your trustworthiness and did not find it wanting. What say we travel together? I will keep to my convictions in any case, but I understand. What instructions would you have me follow? I should have considered this. I will listen to your words, and I shall follow your orders. But if my sense of duty outpaces my willingness to comply with an order, or if you attack my brethren unprovoked, our relationship will come to an abrupt... Excellent. I hope our working... Let us be...
tell your fellows about my...
Get caught unaware. Look, everyone else here, tell me what you need. Can... Protect your loved one. Loved ones, protect yourself. Buy some new armor today.
With Numrum.
Victor wasn't exactly the partner in crime I envisioned of someone with a little more grit. That man back there? Reckon a tough crossword puzzle would have eventually sent him over the edge, even if we hadn't come along. And DeVries had him building a bomb. She obviously manipulated him into acting against his conscience. But he didn't leave us room to show him any grace, neither. You ever wonder what might have happened if DeVries had let us in on her initial plan? Surely we wouldn't have been taken in by her rhetoric like Victor. Right? Hotshot Earth Directorate agent swoops in to liberate your colony, sets you on a new exciting path, and you're telling me you wouldn't have been a bit smitten? No, yeah, of course. It's just, I look at someone like Victor and see the trap I might have fallen. Yeah, but the shrapnel of her plot got me anyway. DeVries always was good at deconstructing folks, uncovering their points of failure. After Triangulum, all I wanted was to do for other colonies what Augustine had done for mine. Maybe not. Past 10 years, thanks for letting me wax for a bit. We can get back to what we were doing now. Unless there was something else you needed.
Glorious dawn! The betrayer is upon us! She must be vanquished!
That wasn't intentional.
Classifying friendly fire as unfriendly.
It'll be time enough for figuring out why these swine betrayed me after we make the rest of them through the air violently.
Commander's almost dead. Restore my life or avenge my death.
I can't believe this. According to that data pad, there was an official kill order out on me? The poor fools probably thought they were just fulfilling their duty. Damn straight they should have. If only it were that simple. It should be impossible for someone to infiltrate our communication systems, especially unless they somehow have our codes. This could only mean that one of our... I have no idea. If I go anywhere near one of our encampments, I'll be forced to kill... Of course, any member of the Dawn who turns on me without thinking is asking for death, but... Don't worry. I'll stay on as part of your crew until I get this all figured. It's given me an impressive amount of opportunities for killing.
I'm alive. Who needs to die? We're closed.
Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. Obviously, as the result of the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. I don't know. Welcome back to my chapel of fear and futility.
Maintenance of large. Look.
And a Donnybrook ensues.
Forces. The previous squad was unprepared for this threat and was consequently torn asunder. Command's intel could never be so lacking as to allow this to occur. So why? They were lulling Auntie's choice into a false sense of security before launching counteroffensive teams. This will undoubtedly save far more lives than it cost. Another stroke of genius from Command. Praise the Matriarch. Sergeant Bornsworth, signing off.
Emergency protocols ready.
systems. Look sharp. It's a fight.